What is up, NFL Reaction Nation? We are back once again. We have NFL Week 12 preview. And without further ado, let's jump right in. We've got Bills versus Texans. The Texans are still without their starting quarterback, C.J. Stroud, as he deals with a concussion. And I think this could honestly be detrimental to the Texans. I think with C.J. Stroud, they really needed him for this game, but obviously out with the concussion, can't play. I think this loses the game for them, and the Buffalo Bills, a somewhat struggling Buffalo Bills team, you could say, takes the win. Jacksonville Jaguars face the Arizona Cardinals. I think the Jaguars cruise to an easy win over the Arizona Cardinals. And Colts versus Chiefs. Normally I would say, oh, this is an easy game for the Chiefs. But no, it's the other way around this year. Should be a pretty easy game for the Colts. And I say the Colts take the win in this one, despite what matchup predictors rig as. Yeah. Steelers versus Bears. This game, I feel like, is really a big test for the Chicago Bears. And it'd be an even bigger test if Aaron Rodgers is in, which Aaron Rodgers is probably going to be out for this game, which is a big blow to the Steelers. But the Bears have had a pretty decent season. They sit 7-3 right now. The best we've seen the Bears in a long time. The Pittsburgh Steelers, good team, 6-4, still kind of that middle of the road area. So, what do we see out of this game? The Bears, I do believe they have a pretty good chance of winning this. Can they hold up, though? This game's going to be a really close game. This is going to be one to watch. And I'm going to go ahead and get out there and say the Bears take the win. Patriots versus Bengals. Rumors of Joe Burrow coming back. They're saying it's not going to be this week, but there is a chance, and reports are it's going to be actually Thanksgiving, but there are some rumors about him potentially coming back this week. So that obviously plays in to the way the Bengals play. But we do have a very strong New England Patriots team once again, and I think the Patriots take the win. Jets versus Ravens. Yeah, I think no matter whether Lamar is starting or not, Ravens take the win. The Jets are just that bad. And a pretty easy game for the Seattle Seahawks here. They should take the dub over the Tennessee Titans. Vikings versus Packers. Two very confusing teams. Green Bay Packers sit 6-3-1. In my opinion, that should be 6-4-1 for 6-4. But they tied. I don't think they should have let them tie, but whatever. Yeah. Packers struggling in some games we've seen. They've had a lot of struggles, but the Minnesota Vikings also are a struggling team. So really, it's the battle of the struggling teams. I think who's struggling more is the Minnesota Vikings, so I gotta pick the Green Bay Packers to take the win. Lions versus Giants. Yeah, the Lions should easily take this win here. Browns versus Raiders. What a game. What a game. I think from the upsets we've seen from the Browns this year, that they really stand more of a chance of winning in this one, opposed to the Raiders, who their only real wins are against, like, the teams that are in the same bucket as them. So I gotta pick Browns to win this one. I really didn't want to pick either one to win this, but I gotta pick Browns if I gotta pick. Falcons versus Saints, two very mediocre teams. But, I mean, I said last time when we had two mediocre teams, Carolina Panthers and Saints, that the Panthers are going to win. The Saints end up winning. But I think the Falcons secure this one. And if they don't, there's just something wrong with, everything. Eagles versus Cowboys rivalry matchup. I think it's a no-brainer. The Eagles take it. It was a bit close at the beginning of the season. Could it be closer now? The same amount of close? I don't know. We'll have to see, but I think Eagles still take a win. Buccaneers versus Rams. Rams, I mean, this Buccaneers team, at the beginning of the year, it feels like we were talking so much about them, how great they were doing. And it feels like as of late, they've just collapsed. I don't know what happened. And this one's probably going to result in a loss to the Rams here, which puts them at 6-5. And that puts them in jeopardy, especially for winning their division. Because the Carolina Panthers, they're in a pretty dang good role right now, too. But the Panthers, they play the 49ers on Monday Night Football, which we'll get into more later. So they could either win or lose that game. It's looking a lot more like a loss. So I think Rams take this one, but the NFC South, going to be something to watch. And here we go into that Monday Night Football game. As we were just talking about, the Carolina Panthers, they already sit at 6-5. The Rams are trying to put the Buccaneers at 6-5. Panthers, if they lose this game, they go 6-6. 49ers, very strong team, plagued with a lot of injuries. Have been for the past 2 years now. I just went on like a whole thing there. Bryce Young coming off a career game last week. Can the Panthers challenge this 49ers team? 49ers are 7-4. They sit at a pretty interesting spot, being a good team, but at the same time questionable team. So what do we see? In my heart, because I am a Panthers fan and I try not to be biased on this channel, I want to pick the Panthers, but I don't know. It's really close. We're playing the 49ers. I gotta pick the 49ers in this one, because I feel like they just overpower the Panthers. The Panthers have a pretty good team, but I don't know. This game could be close, so this is going to be a good Monday Night Football game, I'm telling y'all right now. But anyways, guys, that is all for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Also, I'm really excited for next week because it is Thanksgiving and we get those glorious Thanksgiving football games.